The ongoing violence in the Middle East between Israel and Hamas in Gaza Strip is entering its second week. The international community is extremely concerned over the deteriorating situation. What is India's response or reaction to this situation? And there are no public statements in New Delhi on this issue so far. But India is presently a member of the UN Security Council, and there were two closed-door discussions in the Council, and there was an open debate on Sunday. If you look at the statements put out by our ambassador Tirumurthy on the situation, we can identify a few broad points. India condemns all acts of violence, but it makes specific reference to indiscriminate rocket launching from Gaza Strip. While it refers to the Israeli responses and the consequences upon the people of Gaza, it doesn't use the word condemnation when it comes to Israeli reactions. Second, it mourns the demise of its national, Ms. Soumya Santosh, in the rocket attacks from Gaza. She was a caregiver in Ashkelon, a city located about 21 kilometers from the Gaza Strip. Third, it calls for the immediate de-escalation of the situation. This is in line with the growing international demand on this issue. By Sunday evening, at least 188 Palestinians were killed in the Gaza Strip and over 1,800 injured. This includes a large number of women and children. On the Israeli side, 10 people were killed, including 2 children. And the fourth point is it reiterates the need to maintain the status quo. Because Indian statements refer to the deteriorating situation in East Jerusalem and makes explicit reference to the Israeli moves to change the status quo in Sheikh Jarrah and Silwan neighborhood due to the possible eviction of Arab families living in that area. It also maintains the need for status quo in Aram al-Sharif and Temple Mount. Interestingly, it mentions both the words together, reiterating the Arab, Islamic, and Jewish rights to these holy sites. Basically, it says it simply do not follow the narrative that Aram al-Sharif is Islamic. By using the word Temple Mount, it is also reiterating it is also Jewish. It's a very subtle message to the international community. Without identifying the parties, it also talks about unequivocal condemnation of violence, provocation, incitement, and distractions. It also makes references to violence in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank, but refrains from noticing violence within Israel or along Israel's borders in the north. Finally, it talks about and reiterates India's commitments to the two-state solution and the need to revive the peace negotiations between Israel and the Palestinian Authority, which indicates the cessation of violence or the de-escalation is only a first step towards a more comprehensive negotiation between the two parties. Whether India can play a role in these negotiations is debatable. But what is visible in all the points is that India is maintaining a more balanced position on this issue. This is in line with its stand since the normalization of relations with Israel in January 1992. Before that, India was quietly blaming Israel on all the violence and upheavals in the Middle East. But since 1992, it is taking a more nuanced position. It is no longer holding Israel responsible for everything, but willing to recognize the mitigating factors or the contributing situations which is leading to an Israeli actions. As and when India comes out with more statements on this issue, MEI will react. Thank you very much for watching this video.